HO Racing fans, I'm Scott. This is Scott's House of HO Racing. Thank you for stopping by for another episode of Look What Scott's Got. As you can tell by the picture frame, this one's also going to be presented with an exclusive from ProTinkerToys.com. Brian, Ryan, and Tim have knocked it out of the park again this time. It's a really good-looking car. And what you see behind the stickers there is what I'm going to debut here in just a few moments, is the original one that got it all started, the one that I mentioned in one of my videos, that previous videos, that it was the only one that I was able to get one of, and since then I've been able to purchase two because I get on the ball and get them as soon as they're released so I don't miss out. But without further ado, I would like to encourage all of you that are stopping by for the first time to do the LSS, as I call it, the like, share, subscribe. And if you are currently a subscriber, thank you again for stopping by. I appreciate it. Be sure and share it with other friends and people so that we can help grow the channel. Last count, we were at 129 subscribers. So we're literally only 21 subscribers away from giving away the next giveaway. Thanks again in part to ProTinkerToys.com. Brian, Ryan, and Tim. They supplied the body. I supplied the brand new old stock chassis, and we're both going to be giving away a new old stock Viper 440 circa 1989 to 93. Now, without further ado, this isn't all just about the ProTinkerToys.com exclusive. They do a good enough job of that, promoting that on their channel. I'm just proud to show that I've got it and try to share it with everybody else, and the reasons for my purchases of these cars. And obviously, besides looking good, the value of them is going to go up down the road. But without further ado, they weren't the only things that I did purchase, so I'm going to move this one out of the way because we're going to save the best for last, so to speak. And as you do know, if you've seen the previous videos, I do have an extensive collection of cars on my wall. Last count, when we did the contest, it was 876. It's grown since then, but I was able to pick up another series of brand new cars in the package to start trying to collect all of the HP7 Classics Collector's Editions from Tyco. Just so happens that this one was also purchased at ProTinkerToys.com, so he does have a few of these still available. So if you're interested in purchasing this particular Tyco Corvette with the HP7 chassis 9024, I would suggest hopping on there quickly to get it, because you're going to pay more on eBay than you would if you purchased it at his store. Now, one of the reasons, a little background that I'd like to start giving whenever I do show you some cars, and maybe some of the things that you may or may not know about the cars. This particular car, here I'm going to move up the camera a little bit so you can see. This particular car, like I said, is Tyco HP7 Classics Collector's Edition, and just so happens that I have both the cars that are on the packaging, which we're going to see here shortly. And that was done on purpose. I'm trying to collect everything that has a package that has a car on it, that I'm trying to get that package. But irregardless, some details about this 1960 Corvette. It was produced by Tyco from 1992 through 1994, as mentioned, and on the packaging you saw, it is an HP7 chassis. The part numbers you can see there in the bottom left corner, as I move it over there so you can see that, is 9024. If you wanted to search that on eBay, put in 60 Corvette 9024 and HP7 Tyco, and you should get a lot of things. As far as collectability goes, this car is ranked as a 5, which is the lowest level of collector ranking there is. The reason for that is that means that these things were produced in bulk. They were made for 2 years, but that means they made a lot of them. Some of the things that made this car a little bit more exclusive than some of the other Corvettes you may see by Tyco. This one has a solid red roof and not a white roof. It has no pipes on the side, as you can see there, plain, and it has no hood scoop. So there is no scoop and or fake chrome engine sticking out of the hood. So out of the 3 Tyco cars I'm going to show you today, this one would be the least collectible one out of all of them, just because there's so many of them. But you got to remember, they've been out of production since 1994. So, you know, simple math says even though they were made that long ago, that in that much bulk, you're not going to see very many of them brand new in the package, and so jump on it while you get the chance. So I'll move this one out of the way, and we'll go to the second car, which just so happens to be the other car on the package, and it is a 1957 Thunderbird, as you can see there, part number 9023. I'll move up the packaging there. You can see they're all the same. HP7 Classics Collector's Edition. And there we go. I'll move it in a little closer to the bird there. So while I'm giving you a little history on it, you'll be able to check it out. Really good looking car. Really accurate reproduction. If you've not seen any of these up close. This car was also produced starting in 1992, but it was only produced from 92 to 93. Obviously, still on the HP7 chassis. And if you were to search for this on eBay to try to purchase one yourself, you would type in 57 T-Bird and the part number 9023. And just like the Corvette before it, that you can see on the packaging, those are both the what they call the feature cars that went on the packaging. This one is also ranked as a 5. And the reason why this one is a little more collectible than the Corvette is obviously they didn't make as many and as long. So the production run was a year less, which means that they didn't pump out as many, but they did pump out enough to kill the value of any serious collecting other than being able to purchase them brand new in the package and just having them for your personal enjoyment, or to hang on the wall, or to zip around the track if you're trying to get all the different colors of Thunderbirds. Now, a couple of unique things about this car: it has no pipes, as you can see there, just like the Vette, and it has no hood scoop like some of the previous Tyco older versions had, with the little hood scoop on it. You may have seen that. There's a couple of them, that one in particular that's painted up like a blue Shelby that has a little what they call bird catcher in the hot rod world, chrome thing sticking up out of the hood. So anyway, I got this one off of eBay. If you were to look for it, like I said, it's a good looking car. Even though it's ranked as a 5, I would still suggest trying to get one if you're interested, because like I said, there's just not going to be that many of them out brand new in the package anymore. And then the third and final, look what Scott got as far as the Tyco part of the show goes, and that is another one of the HP7 collector's editions, and this is the 1970 Dodge Charger. And if you were to look for this, it would just say Charger 9038 on eBay. Why this one is the rarest of the 3 that I currently have out of, I believe, a collection of 8 that they made. This one was only made in 1993, so it was only made for 1 year. So even though they made a bunch of them, they only made them for 1 year. And if you follow Tyco cars, you know that the Mopar series older is very popular. So they do sell quickly for a pretty good price, especially if it's got petty on the side of it. You're going to pay a little more. This one is also ranked as a 5, but like I said, out of the 3 cars total that are shown of the HP7 Classics Collector's Edition here today, this one was only made for a year. So, even though there was a lot of them, they were only made for 1 year versus 2 years or 3 years like the others. And so your chances of finding one brand new in the package like this, which like I mentioned earlier in one of my previous episodes, if you are a collector, this is what they call mint. Nothing wrong with the original packaging, still clear, no scratches, no imperfections, obviously not open, still sealed. So that's the Tyco part of the show today. And like I said, I also got that one off of eBay. So, I haven't seen any specific hobby shops that have offered those brand new in the package. But I have seen loose ones on eBay. So, you might be able to save some money if you're not interested in finding them brand new in the package. So without further ado, I did mention that this is a kind of like a special look what Scott got because of the new exclusive car that was going to be released on March the 3rd to the general public. I was able to get my hands on one previous to the big release. Back this up a little bit here. And I thought it would be neat to show you all where it all started. And like I mentioned, When Brian did these, this was the very first one, and they didn't come in a blister pack. They were loose, but a vendor on eBay did make these exclusive jewel cases, as you can see here, and it kind of gives a little history of the car, which is cool. That, you know, so it's first released in 2020, and as you can see, they called it the 55 Chevy Bel Air Blue Flamed, and it's been basically renamed by everybody on the ProTinker Toys website live stream as Burple, and that is what's going to lead us to the new car that was released, and you will be able to get your hands on it. Now, you can find these on eBay, but you're going to pay. And I've even seen them used going for $50 and $60, and I say that in all honesty because they're selling for that. It's not because they're just sitting there weeks after weeks. They actually sell. So if you are fortunate enough to have one of these or multiples, hold on to them, because they are just going to do nothing but go up in price. It's all about supply and demand, and if there's not that many of them and there's a high demand, then obviously the ones that are out there are going to bring a premium price. And as you can see there is a very nice little blurb on the back about Brian, his store, how it was his dream to always have an exclusive slot car produced by his toy store, and that is just awesome. I mean, to being able to live your dream like that, and then not only to do it once, but to do it several times. So congratulations on that, Brian. And here is the star of the show today, and that is the 57 Chevy Bel Air. So we've gone from 55 to 57, and the original one was on an X-Traction chassis. This one is on their Ultra Thunderjet Ultra G from Auto World, as you can see there once again. ProTinker Toys Exclusive. Awesome packaging. Love the flames on it. And then once again, we have the Blurple color, which is the same color as the original one that he released, and it's also the very same color as the Nomad Wagon that he's released earlier. So if you like the Nomad Wagon, then you're really going to like the Bel Air. And I can tell you straight up, I mean, look at some of the detail on this. I'm going to swing this around here. I've got obviously a better camera now, so you're going to be able to see the detail a little better. But look at that. You see the Chevrolet emblem right there. It says Chevrolet. You can see the bullet snorkels on the top of the hood right there. Just a sweet looking car. I mean, right down to the lower stainless for the original. See how the flames nicely blend. They're nicely cut out too. Like I said, the tampo is really excellent. They made the stainless look different. Yeah, it's just a really good looking car, and it even continues to the back. As you can see there, the Chevy emblem again. The tail lights. Look at that. It didn't bleed over at all in the bumper. Excellent looking car. Now, I do know that he did sell 50 of these, like he does on every third. He sells a limited number of the next release. So I strongly suggest you check out the live streams on Mondays and Tuesdays for ProTinkerToys.com. Check out the Thursday race nights for ProTinkerToys.com. Just go ahead and subscribe, ring the bell. That way you get notified. Sometimes they do a little pre-race stuff, and he goes over some building tips and stuff like that, which is always handy. And then this March 3rd, you're going to be able to purchase this car yourself. And you're going to be able to purchase, if you're fortunate enough to be one of the first, 50 people be able to purchase one of the first 50 cars that he releases on that night for the next release in April, then you'll have your chance to buy the new next release and have it before anybody else has it, and being able to show it off to friends and family and say, look what I got, before it was even on sale to the general public. And just like I mentioned with all collector cars, you're going to want to get two. I mean, it's just real simple. And then, I mean, I made I unfortunately, was only able to get one of those the first time, but I have not made that mistake again. And if anybody is doubting anything that I say about these cars and their value on eBay, don't take my word for it. Just look them up. They are going for some good money. Not these two. This one. The OG, as I call it. The original, very first one on an extraction chassis. And I don't know that you're going to find it in the jewel case like that. If you are, then it just means it was somebody that took enough care and knew with a little foresight that that car was going to be worth some money down the road. And I was a little slow to the game, I'll admit it, but I did catch up. So you've got all these exclusives. I went over some of the Tyco cars today with the Look What Scott's Got. Some of the history on those Tyco cars. The main reason for the video today was to show off the brand new 57 Chevy Bel Air on the Auto World Thunderjet Ultra G chassis, which is once again ProTinkerToys.com exclusive. That will be coming out on March the 3rd. So set your calendar so you can get your hands on this bad boy. Go straight to the website and order it when they set them for release on that date. So without further ado, I want to thank everybody for joining in and stopping by today. If you have any questions, comments below, I'm going to include the ProTinkerToys.com link in the description below of this video. I'm also going to include some information on the Tyco cars if you're interested, the part numbers, and how they're listed as far as the Tyco goes. And then just a friendly reminder, like I mentioned, we are up to 129 subscribers. And you'll see there that I added the correctly mounted wheels, if you notice from the giveaway video. And speaking of which, Mr. Thomas Blake did receive his Camaro, and I was fortunate enough to get the gentleman that won the Mustang. His name is Jack, is what he goes by, but it's pronounced Giacomo. So congratulations to Mr. Thomas Blake and Jack for winning their respective cars. Jack for winning the 99 Problems giveaway Mustang, and Mr. Thomas Blake for winning the Camaro. And I'm glad that those both arrived safely. I was in contact with both of them, and both arrived in one piece, and just like they were shown on the video. So thank you for everyone that entered that contest. Now, once again, just a friendly reminder, if you haven't seen that video, all subscribers, once we get to 150, I'll post a separate video that will give you the opportunity to just comment below and say, I want this Viper. And just a little history again, this body was given to me, and so I threw in the chassis. It's a brand new 440 X2, new old stock chassis. You can see, never been ran, never been on a track, never even been tested. I mean, I'm talking brand spanking new. And you can see it's even started to tarnish the pickups because it's you know, they just haven't been ran. That's what happens with that copper and brass. But irregardless, if once we get to the 150, then there will be the contest to give that bad boy away too. So at the end of the video, I am going to throw in some pictures of the 57 Chevy from the ProTinker.com website so that you can take a little closer look at maybe some of those without some of the jitter, or from my new camera that I'm still learning. I apologize. And then I am going to have a couple of videos this week. I'm going to give another video just strictly on track update and build, and some things that I've learned and had to adjust as far as doing the infield and the scenery goes, to try to get the track level with the infield that I talked about with the pattern and the wood. And then I'm also going to do another Look What Scott Got, and I'll kind of give a hint at the very end of this video of what that whole episode's going to be about. And I'll give you a hint. Gotham City. All right, everybody. Thank you again for watching. I do appreciate it. Please share, like, subscribe, do the old LSS. And until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay warm, light some sparks and melt some plastic. I'm Scott. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.